and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is Chris Palm Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
I gotta tell you, this self-defense thing in here, that's gonna be the new craze in the nation.
Yeah, I saw a couple of kids dancing.
Palming?
Yeah.
So they weren't using self-defense methods, they were using a self-defense method as a dance?
Well, I mean, whenever you're throwing your hands in the air and going, palm, it's definitely, it's cool.
I mean, that you could have defeated the Phantom of the Opera with the palm. Because you know how they put the noose around your neck? If you just kept your arms up.
Yeah, then now look at me. I'm dead as a corpse. I'm as dead as disco because of that. Thank you, Mark Hoffmeyer.
I gotta tell you, the scenes in this film where you could hear a palm in the background, that made me so happy. Like, when you're first watching the first 37 minutes of this film, One Cut of the Dead, which is a 37-minute zombie film, you hear palm randomly in the background sometimes.
Yeah, you can hear it if you're paying attention, but yeah.
Didn't that make you laugh the second time around when you thought about it?
It's really neat because you watch this movie 2 to 3 times. You can hear things happening in the background that you wouldn't have caught the first time around, especially with the character when she explains that she's doing the self-defense videos, and one of them is that she puts her, whenever she's being approached by an attacker, she throws her arms in the air and yells "Pum!" And whenever you watch the movie the first time, you find out that she's snapped and she's actually doing this while people are trying to hold her down. And then when you watch the movie the second or the third time, you can hear her actually saying these in the background of the movie while it's being shot for live broadcast. And it makes it so much more fun.
Now, I have a question. You recommended this during our Shadow of the Vampire episode. How did you hear about this movie, One Cut of the Dead? Was it because of Shudder? Like, how did this get on your radar? And then you recommended it to me.
Well, I saw this streaming on Shudder, and I was just looking for movies to watch in general. I just saw the front cover of, which is the actor of the movie. His name is Higurashi.
Yeah, Higurashi.
He's just holding a camera pointed right at you, covered in blood. And it says "One Cut of the Dead" written in cartoonish letters, and the whole screen is yellow. I thought it was just goofy, so I decided to give it a shot one night, and I watched it. I was like, "Holy cow! Like, this is really funny and really cool and very heartwarming story." All at the same time.
What was when I watched it, I learned that it was like the making of a movie, then it goes back and it shows the making of that. So I kind of went into it expecting that. Yeah. What was your thought going into it with no expectations?
I thought that this was really stupid at first. Because it's written, it's shot like an amateur zombie movie, and we've seen a gajillion of these. You can, any streaming network will have them. Yeah. So I thought that it was one of those, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And about like 10 minutes into it, I realized that they haven't cut. It's just one take, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this in a while. So I was watching the movie, and I was thinking that, well, they're probably doing the same thing like in Silent House, but it just continues, and the movie just continues and continues and continues, and I just thought this was so interesting. And then when the movie ended, much like everyone else, and one of the actors actually said this in an interview, was people who have talked negatively about this movie because they stop it after the 37-minute mark because they don't realize that the movie continues. Yeah. So I thought the same thing. I was like, I thought this movie's supposed to be 90 minutes. And I was like, I'll just continue watching after the credits because I always watch the credits. And then the movie then starts. The real movie begins. And I was like, holy crap, that was funny. Nice. And then, then you actually see the real film, the making of this film called, I think it's, I forget what the actual film within the film is supposed to be called.
One Cut of the Dead.
Is it called?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Gosh, where's my brain? But yeah, then you actually see them talking about this, and he's talking, the director, Higurashi, is talking to the exec saying, we want to make a live zombie film, one cut. Can you do it? And I just think that's so funny because he's just like, and then the director says, do you say you want me to do this one cut?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And then they push in on him, and he's just like, well, can you do it? like, I love how the music kicks up. He's like, hell yeah, I can do this.
and he's too nice to say no. Then his wife, calls him on it.
Yeah, they give him shit for it.
But I like that he's known for fast, cheap, and decent productions. That's the thing, though. So the director in this, what I like about him, super nice dude in this, the actor, Takayuki Yamatsu, I love that guy. He's such a welcoming and nice presence, and I love when he goes crazy as a director. Action!
Yeah, it's so funny. He just busts out of the door.
But if you think about it, that's not a bad way to work. Fast, cheap, and decent. Listen, I'll get it done fast. Don't give me much money, and it'll look exactly like you need it.
Well, yeah, if you know where to put the money, then
it won't look great, but I'll make it look totally fine for cheap and fast. That's not a bad
No, I mean, that's how a lot of movies are made anyways.
Yeah, I like that's his motto. It probably gets him work.
Probably in the universe of this movie, yeah. He probably does. I mean, he shoots a lot of commercials. And
then during when we see at the end the actual production of One Cut of the Dead, the 37 minutes for that. All right, so we watched Shadow of the Vampire. We've watched other movies where they make movies, right? I watched Wes Craven's New Nightmare where the camera, like, they're shooting inserts from a wide, which doesn't make sense for an insert. Because you want to get, like, so you have to suspend disbelief. But in this movie, just the way that everyone was running and the camaraderie, I thought the PAs in this movie, I'd hire them. They were great. I love the hurrying of all this, like the actors. It felt, obviously you couldn't get the sound that they got watching it, but it felt good. It felt real. It felt fun to me. I didn't sit there going, it doesn't work like that. I can't suspend disbelief. Like I can't, like, it felt real though.
If you've worked on a film set, then it's like, this definitely would, I mean, if a low budget, non-union, this would definitely be probably how it would be.
I would hire these PAs and the makeup people on every shoot I ever did in my life. Yeah. They were good. They hustled.
Yeah, they moved fast and quick. Cheap too.
Yeah. and more than decent. Well, I guess they just did decent, but during a one take.
That's budget, really hard to do.
I mean, this isn't Atonement. This isn't Hannah. Yeah. Where you have $100 million to work with. Yeah. This is a low. I don't know what the budget for One Cut of the Dead was for the Zombie Network.
Probably like 10,000, I would say.
Yeah, but they hired professional actors, right? In this, supposedly.
No, yeah, you're right. They would, because in the realm of the movie, they are actually professional actors. So probably maybe like $500,000.
Yeah, probably most of it goes to the actors and the rehearsal times because they got to get paid for that.
Yeah.
But it's man, I love this movie. I can't wait to show my students this movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie, especially like as far as wanting to understand like film production. If you want to make a cheap film, it's all wrapped in there. I love the history behind it, which was Shinichiro Ueda. He had done a lot of independent films. I think he's mostly known for the movie Rice and Boobs, which was like a 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour movie about the dramatic decision if you could choose one for the rest of your life. I'm not really quiet, like, but that movie worked for him somewhat.
But he made that years ago. Imagine that pitch to a skeezy producer.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of producers were lined up for that because that does sell. But he then years later decided to go to the EBNU seminar, which was a training school. I guess you would consider that similar to our Full Sail.
Yeah.
He went there, studied briefly, graduated. Then he wanted to make an independent film, and he was going to use this as training for other students to learn how to act in a movie, to do a little bit of special effects. And he hired literally unknown people. The only person I think who had done anything, I read an interview with an Indonesian website, Kaori Nusanatara.
So Aika, the actress?
No, I was talking about the website.
Oh, got it.
But the person who had any actual experience other than the director was the lady who played Ko, Nozugaki Nagaya. But she was only an extra.
Oh, I read that article where she had done some brief extra work.
Yeah, and the other guy, what I thought was funny was the guy who played the cameraman. He said that I was the local idiot. That was pretty funny. But other than that, everybody else was just part of this seminar, and they just wanted to do something to show that they could do it. And they were going to use this as, I think, training for the seminar. It'd be like, hey, look, this is what they made. Wow. And then they sold it to a film festival. So they showed it in a small Japanese theater for 2 weeks, and it was only supposed to show for, I think, 6 days out of those 2 weeks. And it was such a huge hit that they then shipped it off to other countries.
Yeah, they targeted 5,000 admissions, but then it exceeded 2 million by the end of that October and made 1,000 times its original budget before DVD sales.
Yeah.
So this movie cost 25,000, and then it pulled in a total of 27 million. Worldwide.
Isn't that nuts?
I mean, it didn't.
That's pretty crazy. Like a student film made that kind of money. It's a student film.
I hate that didn't come this way.
Well, I mean, it did make its way to America. It's had its American release in October. They sold it to Shudder, I'm assuming because Ueda thought that he would get more money.
I think they only released it in like 9 theaters around the country here. Because I was trying to look up the box office. But I think it's smart now on Shudder because what I think is smart about this movie is it's becoming a word-of-mouth film. So on this, sometimes they say that Netflix will bury a movie in its catalog, and then someone finds it, and then they go, wow, did you see this? And then it becomes this word of mouth hit. So I think this is going to be big, not just for the movie, but for Shudder as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because this will bring people to go see it, because you can't get it anywhere else.
I've only ever seen... I saw this to rent at Videodrome, but they only had the Blu-ray, because I wanted to get it to see if there was possibly a commentary, but there wasn't one.
There's a Blu-ray of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the only thing you can get of this. You can get the Blu-ray, but other than that, they never released it on DVD.
I guess
from what I understand, that could have changed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how fluent or how good their English. Their English is much better than our Japanese. I can guarantee that.
I listened to a lot of interviews with this director.
He knows a lot more English than we know Japanese.
Yeah.
Got it.
There wasn't a lot of English.
A commentary might be tough to listen to then.
Yeah, there would definitely be subtitles. It was interesting when you said about the tickets being sold. Do you know where they got him for that interview?
Where?
He was going to see Star Wars.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. He was at a film festival.
Yeah, that's so funny. They weren't even showing his movie, and they're like, "Hey, that's the guy from One Cut of the Dead." They just stopped him to do an interview. He's like, hey, I didn't have anything to do with Star is Born. Like, we know. It's really funny. I read the whole interview. He's like, I didn't have anything to do with the movie. And they're like, yeah, you're the guy from One Cut of the Dead. He's like, what? You saw that? That was pretty funny.
Why do you think it made so much money? So, all right, I was thinking about this. You got the low-budget Blair Witch Project, right? I just read a book called Best Movie Year Ever about Blair Witch, where some UCF students hired a few New York actors, went out in the woods. I mean, they did this for months. They shot a short. They got funding. But they were essentially fresh out of film school. And that movie became... I mean, that movie exploded. $250 million domestic.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of that had to do with advertising.
Yeah, and the year beforehand, small film festival, stuff like that. Yeah. This movie, though, why do you think it has connected with audiences so well?
I think it's because, well, in my opinion, the zombie genre is dying. It's not dead. It's almost dead, in my opinion. I mean, no one really cares about zombies anymore. And, to see another zombie movie that's actually good and funny and brings life to it, makes showing people having fun. I think people are more interested in watching people having fun now as well. Just from my general observation, that more films that people are enjoying their lives and doing something creative together as a family. I think people are becoming more attracted to that as opposed to like depressing death. And it's like, yeah, I think that's the reason why people are more attracted to this. Why a student film is making so much attention, I think it's a lot of that has to do with, people just liking to see whatever they see. And this does have an interesting front cover, like I explained. So you're attracted to that. It's like, I've never seen a zombie movie with a bright yellow color.
Yeah, that's
cover,
true.
And you're like, what? And the front cover doesn't even scream like horror or comedy. It's just kind of like you look at it like, what the hell is this? Mm-hmm. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
And just learning the process. So you watch it, then you watch the process of it being made, and then that makes...
It makes you have a good time.
So happy because you remember all the mistakes from it.
Yeah.
And, like, just staring off in the world, you have the sound guy pooping.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that was funny. Because what's really funny was that when I saw this movie, I was like, there's always someone on set that's like, they have to know where everything is. They just come walking up to you randomly, and they're just like, where's the bathroom?
I hate
where is it? And you're like, I don't know, man. Go over there. I think I saw a four banger over there. Are you sure you saw it? Because I need to know where it is. It's like, I thought that was funny because it's like, yeah, I've definitely had people that did that.
And the pleasant surprise is when he said he can't drink hard water. He needs soft water. But the thing is, he wasn't just being a brat who needs that. He really
can't. Yeah. He really can't drink.
So when I learned that he had the wrong water, and that's when he had the craps. I'm like, oh, so he actually he's like, I emailed you. You didn't read the email?
Yeah.
I mean, no one reads the emails on these. Like, did you get my email? I'm like, oh gosh, like this is the indie guy.
Yeah, right?
No,
like, why don't you bring your own water?
I just love all the times they had to waste, and I love the gaffes in it. I remember when I was watching for the first time when the wife stood up with the axe in her head.
Yeah.
And Harumi stands up with the axe in her head, the palm mom. And then she just drops. I remember watching that going, what is happening? And then when Higurashi looks at the camera, keep rolling. And you're like, who's he talking to? So it had enough weirdo moments in it.
They keep pushing in on, oh gosh, what's the name of the lady?
Mao?
Is it Harumi?
Oh, you talking about the actress?
Yeah.
Aika.
Oh, okay. But they keep pushing in on her screaming, and it's like, why are we watching this for the millionth time?
For about 60 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, this doesn't make any sense. And you're like, oh, then you watch the making of, like, well, yeah. And I love how they had to have the zombie, like, stop, and then continue, and stop. And he's just like, no, because they were trying to build the pyramid because they accidentally knocked over
the crane.
It's just so funny. It's like, yeah, that's the, and then to move around, not seeing the pyramid of people with instead of the crane, they just kind of push down, tilt down on her shoes, and then they go back up. And you're like, what? It worked.
And a lot of the stuff on this set, I think I've dealt with. The bad back. So the cameraman going through this drops with a bad back. And then the AC picks up the camera. Then she starts doing all the
zooming in and out.
And like, that's so cheesy. I love it.
Yeah.
And I remember during the movie, when they first meet and she's pitching to the cameraman, zooms, big time zooms. He's like, no, that's stupid. Like, you don't know what you're doing.
Like, no, they're so cool.
And then she gets a hold of it and just starts doing all the zooms. It's just
goofy and funny, and it works for the movie.
Yeah, right? So this movie had, I think the fine-tuning of the rehearsal over the months really perfected it. But it just has a certain charm to it that is lacking, I think, in a lot of movies. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have movies like this to balance out everything else. But yeah, definitely you could feel the heart into the film. You can tell that all the actors and the director, producers, they all put their heart into it, which is really interesting.
So
I thought also the producer of this did visual effects on the Back to the Future, the ride.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
He's arguably the person who has the most. Oh no, sorry, the cinematographer Takashi Sone, I believe is how you say his name. Mm-hmm. He actually won an award for this movie for the best cinematography from the Japanese Academy. For this movie.
If you think about
but he has probably the most credits out of anybody. He directed 24 films and he did cinematography on over 102.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Great cinematographer.
It's great.
I mean, you watch this. So you want to talk about the first 37 minutes, I guess, the actual zombie film?
Let's talk about that. The way it opens up, you feel like you're watching just another cheesy zombie film. The girl's being attacked. I think it's supposed to be her boyfriend or something. She's like, no, how could you? And she has the overacting, and then they like cut, and then the director comes, who's played by was it Takayuki? Yeah. He comes out and he's just like, no, what's wrong? He's screaming at everybody, obviously being like an angry director, overstressed, and his actors are stupid, at least in his eyes, and they just don't know what to do. So then they split parts, and then you have the makeup artist breaks everyone up, and then the two actors, the one playing the zombie, the one playing the girl, and the makeup artist all go upstairs, and then they start talking about their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, and the water filtration plant.
Great location. Yeah, that was a real abandoned place. So they could have they could have caused some serious damage to themselves. They were slipped into. I looked it up because I looked up where did they find this building at, and I looked it up and it said an abandoned building in Mito, Japan. And I was like, I looked it up. And it's literally just an abandoned building. They probably dealt with a lot of rats.
It's going to be popular now, though. I bet people are going to go there.
I'm sure a lot of people have visited that. Just fans of the movie probably went to go visit and take pictures, but it's a legit place. I thought maybe it had to do with the school, but it didn't.
That's another great instance of finding a good location, though, because you find an abandoned place and shoot in it. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah, of course. And you can use it as a backstory for anything. I did it for my Christmas short. That was a real abandoned mansion. Of course, you come into problems with that whenever it's, you don't know what bugs you're going to find, animals, anything. Or if there's going to be somebody squatting in there. Who knows?
Someone yelling palm.
Yeah, someone just screaming palm at you, and then you see a zombie attack, kicking somebody in the face.
When she does those kicks.
That was so damn... back to the actual story of the 37-minute zombie film. It's just... It's fun to see how then when they yell cut, and then you see the sound guy who's going in and out, and we continue in his story, and then you see the first AD going to have a smoke, and then he sees I don't know what his role is supposed to be.
He was the cameraman.
He was the cameraman. Okay.
Second cameraman.
Interesting story. He was actually drunk when he did that. I read that they said he didn't feel like his character, he wanted to go full into it. So he's like, if I'm going to be an alcoholic, I'm actually going to be drunk while we're shooting this. And you could tell some parts he's acting, but other parts I'm like, dang, that guy really is drunk.
His zombie movements were hilarious.
Amazing. Like, ow.
What? He was doing...
He said, because the little things, they're like, oh shit, go out there, go to your mark. He's like, ah! And just puts his hands in the air, and then she just runs, the palm lady runs up, kicks him in the chest.
And then she kicks the poor one-armed guy. But so they're talking, and then something happens where they can't bring in the zombies soon enough, right? Because he's drunk.
Yeah, he passed out drunk. They're trying to find a body part, and there he is, passed out in the body.
So then they have to improvise just by doing the palm thing.
Of course.
Talking about all that. But then I love when the one-arm guy gets thrown in.
Yeah. In the movie.
Wait, he gets spit in the face.
He vomits on him, and he doesn't realize, like, he doesn't break character. In the 37-minute version, the first half of the movie, he gets vomited on. He just goes with it, and then he rips his arm off, and he becomes a zombie. Well, we find out behind the scenes, he really does vomit on him, and he's like, ah, what is this? Oh my God! Like,
do you have a wipe?
He's like, wipe my face, wipe my face, wipe my face. Oh my God, this is disgusting. Ah! It's like some drunk guy just rolled up to me and vomited.
And then the drunk guy comes back in and vomits on the other actress.
And they're freaking out too
because her agent said, her agents, right? Said no
vomit.
Yeah.
They said, she's like, I'm okay with it, but you can't actually vomit on me. And then the director says, well, we'll work around it. Like, it's not real vomit. It's just gonna be fake vomit. And then the producers say, no vomit. Great. We'll bring you in anyway. She's like, okay, cool. And then she actually, the guy is so drunk, he just barfs right on her.
He rallies too, doesn't he?
Oh, he gets all to it. But to the first half of this movie, we continue with the actors that they're in a real zombie attack. We find out that the director may or may not have done a blood oath to resurrect the dead, as explained to us by the palm lady, saying that she's only heard folklore that you can do a blood oath and create the resurrection of the dead. So we don't find out till the very end of it that he did do that, causing the actress of this to wreak havoc and kill everyone.
She at the end she just goes crazy, right?
And she kills the director.
Is that because of the curse? The curse brings the zombies, and she goes nuts and just stands in that, showing what the director did.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that she was just so angry that she probably realized that she could kill him and get away with it.
Oh, because he set the curse off.
Yeah, he set the curse off, and he's just like, yes, this is a real filmmaking, and
holy
she's just like,
shit.
Yeah. He's like, that's the face I want. She's like, oh, F this, and she just takes the axe and kills him. I love that shot too. But anyways, that's he did the blood oath so that they could then resurrect the zombies. I'm assuming he did that because he wanted to have realism, and then end of movie.
Did he kill a guy and then that guy got resurrected as a zombie?
And then they never really talk about the blood oath, because after the third time I watched it, they never really discuss it. She only says, I've only heard about this.
So do you think maybe he killed the camera guy, the drunk camera guy, and then did the oath because he's the first zombie?
I believe that.
Right?
Now, that is a theory I will get behind, because he's the first one. We don't know what really happened to him to become the zombie, so he probably sacrificed him to then do the blood oath. Bam.
Then he's running around chomping on people, and actually he's blowing chunks.
He's blowing chunks, rips a guy's arm off, bam.
And then the armless guy, I love the chase scene with the armless guy.
Yeah, he's like,
and then he lands on it, then they like, oh, his arm is trapped behind his back. Like, that's amazing. And then they realize his arm is actually gone. And then he just starts chasing everybody around. But I love when the drunk camera, the first zombie runs in, and the sound guy pushes him away with his boom mic.
Yeah, which would probably never happen on
never.
the film set. They would be like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, that's like $10,000 right there. It ain't happening.
His nice Rode speaker. But I love, but then the kid, so then everyone gets pushed out. It's the director, the two actors, the makeup lady, and the sound guy. But what we don't know is that the sound guy has to cramp, because he had the soft water. So when he runs out, though, I took that as, you know how many people in horror movies like, I can't do this anymore. Then they just run away.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted that too. It never crossed my mind they had to take a dump.
So then he runs out, and you just start hearing screaming. And it's just him. It's just him having to take a crap. And people are trying to drag him back.
They're trying to push him back in. He's like, Jesus. They're putting makeup on him as he's taking his shit. He's like, get this damn thing off of me.
And you hear him screaming, but it's just people hugging him so he can't poop. Like, what's going on with you? What's happening? It's happening. What? Poop. So then he starts crapping. Then they turn him into a zombie while he's pooping. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, then he runs back in and gets pushed out. Man, I love this opening zombie scene. And then the rest is just people running. Oh, they go to the car.
They go to the car, try to drive off.
Action!
Yeah. Yeah, I love how the director just keeps running up and screaming, action! Because he's really trying to make a real zombie film. And he's loving the real terror. So
I love when they go to the car when the camera guy's back goes out. And so you don't see it at first. You just see a camera on the ground. And the poor actress, she's fighting a zombie for what feels like minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're just like wrestling around because she has to. And then eventually the assistant camera person picks. We don't know this yet.
Yeah,
but then the camera work completely changes during the chase scene.
From what I read, he actually did fall. That's the reason why they put that in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was like, he slipped and fell. He didn't throw his back out, thank God. But he really did slip and fall, and they were like, well, we'll just do that. Because the director liked it.
What do you think the sound mixing was in this?
That would have been pretty. That would have been pretty difficult to do because, I mean, you see that in the credits, you actually see the behind the scenes of it. But chasing them around with a boom mic and, the sound mixing, I would think they probably had recorded several times for it to be at least somewhat fluent.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Did they lav anyone? Because you would have been able to notice.
I didn't see any lav.
I think it would have been smarter to do that as opposed to chasing with a boom. But then again, who am I to judge?
I mean, there were no lavs.
No, there wasn't.
Because it would have
been smarter. It would have been smarter to do that because it wouldn't have mattered if you saw him anyways.
Because that actress, she couldn't have had a lav on her.
No, you would have seen it.
So
definitely,
they must have boomed the whole thing.
Yeah, man, that's nuts. That's even harder. Let's talk about that. How hard that is to chase them and then keeping the boom out of the shot and the shadows. Because there was a lot of there was a lot of shots where, especially when you see the camera go down the stairs and then go back up the stairs. And it's staying on our heroes while they're walking over to the other side of the water treatment plant. They think about how they would have shot that, especially with the boom guy. He would have had to have been, or I think it was he or she would have had to have been good 30 feet away almost.
And you'd have to have a sound guard, like something to put over it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, you would have to.
So because while you're running, you could easily pick up sounds. You don't get much of that.
No, you only get the sound from the camera guy.
So it's a good sound mix.
Yeah, it's great. Great sound.
So, I mean, that's another thing, though, that you can, if the director did this and edited it, that's another thing you could do for free.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean...
And even if it didn't come out right, it wouldn't have mattered anyways, but it did come out.
Yeah.
I think so.
I would have loved to have been on set just to watch this making of, or at least just one of them.
Yeah, I think
it would shadows.
I mean, I think in general it probably would have been a gigantic pain in the ass, but it does look like he found a group of people that were really dedicated.
What are you talking about? It's super easy. Let's go get drinks.
Yeah, right. Who wants to have a drink? This sounds like, look, nothing happened. Nothing bad happened.
So then the actress, she runs away. She's limping the whole time. But then I love the camera person falls down again. Camera person gets up. They run into some tunnel, and then the actor comes back, saves her. Right? And then they go upstairs where they battle Pom Mom.
Yeah. Who snapped. Remember they say, the one actor says, you need to remain calm. She's like, I am calm.
Oh yeah.
Dead calm.
Yeah. That was scary.
Yeah. Cause you knew something was not right.
So
they were,
I love that.
all the actors were thinking, holy crap. Like she's clearly not, going off of the script anymore.
Oh, Pom Mom got a hold of Pom Mom wanted to kill the actress because she had a cut on her leg, a bite on her leg.
Yeah.
And then she ripped it off. Who stuck that on her? Who put that rip on her? I
think somebody accidentally slapped it on her.
That's interesting. Maybe they did it for the movie and it accidentally fell on her. I never got that part, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Could be.
And then she goes, oh, an axe. I'll use it.
I love that. Whenever they're just pick up the axe outside, you just see they did her makeup for the zombie legs, and then the PA walks in and she has the cue card that says, there is pick up the axe outside.
I'll use it. Why not?
Here's an axe. Why not?
Oh, that made me so happy.
Great.
And then she ends up killing everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. She takes everyone out.
Chops off heads.
Except for the camera guy who lives.
Yeah.
To record the movie.
Whoa.
See?
Hey now. Always be the camera guy.
Yeah.
Just don't bust your back.
Safest bet. Dude, that's how the guy in Wreck. He was the last one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
He was. He was the last guy. He was the one who even beat a zombie to death with his camera.
Wow. We need to throw some cameraman props.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, I mean...
No one wants to destroy the camera guy.
These 37 minutes, I think they get better in hindsight, but the first time around was a lot of fun for me as well. I just really enjoyed it. Obviously, we know it wasn't supposed to be good, and we know there's mistakes in it.
Yeah, to me, I thought it was an average student film I was watching. I didn't realize it was going to be what it is.
Average student film?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of student films. That's kind of how they look.
They're about as good as this one?
I mean, no, the 37 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Not the rest of it. No, yeah. Student films in general. I mean, usually it's someone hangs themselves or something and they, very.
They go very glum.
They do because a lot of students want to show how dark and everything they can become. And it's like,
I starred in a student film about
I've shot a few.
A man who he's an older guy, moves back in with his son and wife and kid, and then he's just not doing much with his life, and I'm the jerky son who's like, oh, why is my dad in his house?
I'm 25.
Yeah, and then I had a huge mansion too in that movie because we just took any house we could.
Oh, God.
And then I had a friend that actually filmed one that went to Cannes, a student film at FSU.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I just love this opening 37 minutes.
It's a great film, the first 37 minutes, because if they did expand on it more, from what I've read online, there was a talk about making an American remake of this.
Ugh.
I don't think it would be as good if somehow the producers were to cast unknowns or maybe even a known person to play the director. It might work. But I love it the way it is. It's just a beautiful little film.
It wouldn't. Okay, remakes have worked, right? But this would lack any of the organic, creative, balls to the walls elements of this, right?
And what makes it work a lot is that there isn't big names in it.
Yeah,
because you feel more of a connection to them. As opposed to seeing like
Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly.
I like Chris Hemsworth, but I wouldn't want him in this movie. Yeah,
I wouldn't connect with him at all. I would just think that, oh, that's Chris Hemsworth, and he's just doing a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put a bunch of people that you've never heard of in it and made it very similar to the way I could see it working. But
if Fat Thor directed this movie,
yeah, Fat Thor.
All right, so how about this? Let's take a quick break, and when we get back, we will talk more One Cut of the Dead. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks, and that hard water was taste, Chris Kelly. What do you think?
Oh no. I have to go.
Hold it. Hold it. Just start screaming. It's going to be you screaming.
I can only have alkaline water. How dare you, Mark?
The listeners are going to be hearing you sweat soon.
Sweating like John Candy.
I've listened to a lot of podcasts, but I've never audibly heard someone sweat. And Chris Kelly... I heard it.
That man knows how to sweat. I'll give him that.
I gotta tell you, Chris Kelly, most of the time when I talk about you, I do say Chris Kelly. Have you noticed that a lot?
I hear that a lot. Most people do say that. I think it's because it's such a fast name that goes together. Chris and Kelly, as opposed to like Christopher.
Yeah.
Or Christian.
Christopher Kelly? No, I say Kelly.
See,
right?
Yeah.
You say Chris Kelly.
Yeah, it's very common. It happens on set a lot too. I think it's because there's so many Chris's.
Yeah.
It was a Chris and Martin, or Mark is actually the two top names in the world.
And then people call me Hoffmeyer.
See, there you go. It's such a common name. So they go, hey, yeah. That was like one of the first things I said. I was like, don't hassle the Hoff.
Yeah, I hated that.
I've never heard that before, dickhead. And you punched me in the face and asked me to get you a coffee. I was like, here's my coffee. Stop.
On Anchorman 2, right? Don't hassle the Hoff.
No. Hoff always punches twice.
And people always like, Hoffmeyer, good German name. I'm like, it's Dutch. And they're like, no. And then they go, this is what people do. They look me in the eye, and this happens to my wife, Megan. They go, no, it's not. It's German.
She's like, okay.
No, like Hoff has a lot of 2 Fs, but Hoffmeyer, 1 F. There's a lot of Dutch in South Africa. There's a lot of Hoffmeyers there.
Yeah.
So, but it's interesting when I'm like, no, it's not German. It's Dutch. Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. I guess, you don't know your own name, loser.
I've always considered just going, you're right. Hey, I just called my grandpa, and he said that it's German. We've all been living a lie. Like, we have to sell our home in Holland. We have to buy... All right, so we have to literally, to make up for this, I have to go buy 15,000 German pretzels. You know how much ketchup that is? I mean, mustard?
Do you have any idea what they charge by the ground, the ground pound? Hoffmeyer went broke blowing all his dough in ground mustard. But it was a great 2 weeks.
I know that's really random, but I think every time we've worked on set, Chris Kelly too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris Kelly. That's all I've ever heard.
Wow.
No one ever says Chris. I've heard CK, I think, twice.
See, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. It doesn't sound right.
See, what if there's 2 CK1 and CK2, like the clone?
Yeah, right. And then everybody's fist fighting to be number 1.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be referred to as number 2.
I preferred CK2.
It
was less...
I was more of a 3 guy.
It was less citrusy.
Smelled a little bit more of the sea.
Yeah, Chris Kelly, too. But you know what else I liked about this movie? All right, so we'll go to the production time of this. You know how many movies we've watched where people are wearing BK headsets? So all right, I forget.
Yeah, there's usually every time you see a movie about filmmaking, there's always they always have BK headsets, which if you don't know what that means Burger King headset, because it looks like something someone would wear at a Burger King. And it's that big device that looks kind of like headgear if you had braces. So it's like half your head is covered in this gigantic headset and it has this gigantic mic that comes wrapped around your face. Yep. And every time you're wearing one, every time you see someone on set wearing that, you can always spot out the person who doesn't have any experience because they have those. And usually I'll walk past them and say, "Oh yeah, hey, I'll take an order of curly fries and strawberry milkshake."
And they go, like, "New one, Chris Kelly."
Yeah, never heard that one. Tell it to Hoffmeyer. He's still buying all that mustard for the pretzel.
He's in Bavaria right now. And then the opposite of that are surveillance headsets. So think about whenever you think of Secret Service, right? You think of Clint Eastwood. No one's going to remember that. But
In the Line of Fire, that's a great movie.
So just you have an ear mold in your ear that wraps around, and then you have attached to typically your collar.
Yeah, you can do it either way. I've seen only a handful of people put it on their wrist, but that doesn't seem... I did see that on a TV show that I worked on recently, and the first AD had it attached to his wrist. It didn't seem very practical, but, hey, who am I to judge? He's a first AD. He knows what he's doing.
Hey, first AD.
Yeah, right.
Go to Germany.
Yeah. They're like, "Kid, I've been working in this business since before you were born." Yep, enough said. "Yes, sir, I'll go get you your sandwich."
You make me sad, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so this one, when they were talking on the... All right, so, okay, we were watching a movie on for the podcast the other day. I forget what it was exactly. But there's a scene in it when a guy's wearing a BK headset and he squeezes his mouthpiece to talk into it. There's no button there.
No, there's no button on the mouthpiece.
I think it just shows that you're
an idiot.
I guess it shows the audience who aren't familiar with it that you're talking into it. Like, basically you're just squeezing the microphone. But yeah, so I've watched all these movies where every crew member has a BK headset.
Yeah, they have BK headsets. Usually someone's wearing a tie for some reason, which I've never seen.
And there's people pushing silks everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a 20 by 20 silk just being pushed down the road.
Yeah. It's like, I've been on a few sets where they've done that, but it's like, that seems to be happening on every set in a movie that they make movies about sets. And there's always tons of clipboards. And
so many clipboards.
The only person I've ever seen have a clipboard on set was me, and that was because I forgot my box.
Yeah.
That was it. I usually have my box kit that I have for whenever I work on set, and I forgot it that day, but I always keep a clipboard in my book bag just in case. And the one day I actually needed it, and then I was using it. I was like, I've only ever seen this in a movie whenever that happened.
Clipboards are only great when you want to look busy.
Yeah, or if you desperately need one on the run, which would be like a metal clipboard. But they're not too common.
No.
They're not very common.
I worked with a guy for Comic-Cons. I don't know if you met him. His name is Dave. He looks like a Rolling Stones roadie. And he carried he carried a clipboard everywhere he went. And so...
You look like you know what you're doing.
He would stop every 10 feet and look at it. But I think he was just checking his cell phone.
Probably.
So my trick on set when I wanted to look busy, so if I had nothing to do, I just read my call sheet and look around.
I learned that one, I'm not going to name names, but I learned that one from an AD that told me that. He said, if you ever want to look busy, just pull it out. Either shake your head or point at something.
Or if you can get sides, like scour the sides.
Yeah. He's like, if you ever run out of ideas of something to do, just pull that out and just look like you're reading it. And exactly what we're doing. We're doing it.
No one can see it. So what I did was, so this is me right now. I have a pen in my left hand, and my right hand I'm holding open like a tablet, right? Like a piece of paper. And I'm looking at it, but then I look to the left. So I looked at it, and then the location number 2 is over here. And then I turn my head to look. So it looks like you're actually...
Yeah, or you could do that. It looks like you're actually looking for the next location, and they're like, "Well, there is no company move." Like, "Oh, well, my sides are incorrect," and then you can walk off and do something else. So if anybody caught you do anything, the other big one was another AD told me this was have an iPad, which you can actually use on set. When I do use my iPad on set, but you can also just bring that out and then scribble something if you want to do a doodle or something.
Oh,
completely okay because nobody knows what you're actually drawing or doing.
I won't say what we were working on. It was a big one. But you and I got very cavalier. We did our coffee drinking with no call sheet.
Yeah, did a lot of laps around.
That's what we did. We just walked.
Because we had so much caffeine in us, we had to burn it off.
I'd go to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Yep.
So people, man, Mark's really moving today.
Yeah. How is he moving? It's so damn hot out.
He just keeps going. Where's the bathroom? Tell me, Chris Kelly. I need to know.
Chris Kelly, go to 2.
Yeah, Chris Kelly, 2. Hey, man, what's going on, bro? You watch Doogie Howser last night?
Yeah. You know what? I noticed one of the one girl that plays the PA in this, she actually lost her first teamer. The guy who plays the drunk zombie.
Yeah.
She says, I can't find him anywhere. Where is he at? And she finds him passed out drunk. And I was like, woo, that would not fly too well. on a set. They would just say, "Are you out of your effing mind? Where did he go?" Like, well, he's drunk. I don't care if he's drunk, high, or whatever. You better go find him right now.
These PAs were hard working on this, though. The dives, the ducks. That one lady biffed the camera. Oh man, the poor camera lady. She fell right, and then she fell again. And in the interview, she's like, "I'm very happy I fell because it got me more camera time."
Yeah.
Did you read that interview?
Yeah, that was the one that said that that actually happened during the production whenever they were shooting the 37-minute thing, that the guy actually did fall. So the director liked it so much, he was like, well, we'll just add it into that.
And the other one fell too, the lady. Remember when she just fell right on her face?
Yeah, she slipped and we'll blame her.
And then she got back up and fell again.
Yeah, and the director, the guy who's playing the director, the actor, the Higurashi, picked up her stuff. Because she dropped her stuff and then she jumped up and kept running. She's like, and he ran up and actually grabbed it for her and continued to go.
Hey, man. But what I like about this movie, it is weird. We've worked shows to completion, right? Some of these shows you're ready to leave, right? Some of these shows you've had enough.
I've day played on ones where I was just like,
one day, get me out of here.
I'm done.
But there have been those few shoots that you feel a genuine connection with who you're working with. And I think I've had that on certain shoots where you're mostly understaffed, right? And you're just busting your butt to get something done. I think that's when you bond most with your crew.
Yeah, you definitely have more of a family feel with everyone. Everyone's doing their part, and then you know who's good and who's not. And then it really feels more of a camaraderie point. And then you want to bring them on to your next show, and then the next show.
And it's also refreshing. Nice. You don't have enough people, so you know something's going to go wrong. Listen, we don't have enough people to do this right. So we're just trying to do it the best we can.
That happened the other day, actually. We, I'm not going to say the name of the show, but we ran out of background. So I actually had to be a backgrounder. I had to hide my walkie and everything. So I was like doing crosses in the background, and my background were like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Guys, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving." And then of course my background went to the other side of the street. They stopped, and I was like, waving my hands, making it look like I was hailing a taxi. Right. I was like, move your ass. And they're just like, oh, what? And I'm like, God. And they're like, you're in the shot. I'm like, I know I'm in the shot.
Did you have a tube of blood shooting at people's faces? Oh, at the end, when the actress is just getting bombed with blood, they were committed in this.
She was covered like in the descent.
Yeah. Bloodbath.
No, literal.
I mean, I don't know. But for me, I just loved how they used their walkie-talkies. It seemed believable the way they used their walkie-talkies. Yeah. There was a video village. You had the one producer there on set. There would be a producer.
That was from a live broadcast. That wouldn't be an actual. Wouldn't be
from the live broadcast. But there was a video village where they were watching, put the card up. You have one of the main people on set. I love when the daughter, we haven't even talked about the daughter, Mao.
I was watching.
We need to talk about when we meet her in the beginning, when she's like, you can't use fake tears to cry. You need to cry. This is the big business. She's a maniac.
Yeah. And she's like, don't listen to that old hag.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean old hag? He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
And when she takes control at the end, she flips the lady's hat, calls another guy an idiot, then she calls the producer an old man. And that guy's probably 35, 40.
Yeah, right. He's like our age.
Yeah, she's just slapping people around.
I watched an interview with her and they said, like, are you take charge kind of woman? Do you in real life? And she said, actually, no, I'm not. So this was really good exercise for me as an actress to be something that I'm completely different about.
I mean, she had to. She did. She kind of helped save the production.
Oh, yeah. In the realm of the film, yeah. She definitely did.
I think this movie does feature the best kicks of 2019.
Of course, yeah.
The flying kicks.
Pop Mom, definitely. Yeah.
How much did you laugh during the second half when you realize that when she acts, she goes into the character, so she loses control. And then when she started kicking people, how happy were you?
I thought it was so damn funny, especially the drunk zombie comes walking out. And he's like, wablamo.
How would you describe his zombie walk?
At first, he was just very, he was drunk. And then the second time around, I think he was just confused and drunk. So he didn't know what to do. So he just started putting his hands up like he was doing it.
Kung Fu, but not Kung Fu motion?
Kinda. It looks almost like he's attempting to, but he was just confused.
There weren't much forward movements with his arms. He would kind of take, so hold your arms up and kind of, just hold your arms up straight, put them, bend them, and then just kind of, I don't know, move them up and down. He had some very weird movement. He was walking like an Egyptian, but more zombie-esque.
Yeah. It's almost like they did that back in the early days of a lot of zombie movies. They would just say, how do you think a zombie would walk? So they probably just how do you think? Exactly. No. Throw your hands in the air, I guess. Pump!
I watched a documentary about Dawn of the Dead because we have an episode that will be released when this is out. And Romero just said that to them. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. What's interesting about Dawn of the Dead, the guy who gets his head cut off in the beginning of that, he's from Gettysburg, which is the neighboring town to where I'm from in Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
They interviewed him for, I think it was the 20th anniversary release of that. And I remember him saying, they just told me to walk like a zombie. Because at that point, zombies I don't think were as popular. So the only thing they had to go with was Dawn of the Dead. I mean, I'm sorry, Night of the Living Dead. And then the other movie George Romero did before that was The Crazies. So he really wasn't back into zombie full swing yet.
Oh, man. And then Savini just puts some layers on that guy's head, and then he had a production assistant run with the fish line to pull that guy's head off. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it works beautifully.
All right, so I think one of the happiest moments for me is the director in this movie. So after the 37-minute thing gets done, we learn this guy makes things fast, cheap, and decent. He's just a nice dude. He kind of gets walked over a little bit, but he's a really nice guy. I love when he just goes full director and becomes the biggest jerk. Like he started yelling at one of the actresses. Then he started slapping around the actor, saying, "All this rehearsal, you've been a punk." Because in the rehearsal, the guy was going to walk away. Yeah. They told him he was too nice. The actress told him he was too nice. So he
immediately wants to establish right off the bat, like, look, guys, I'm not going to take this anymore. He's like, you've been back talking since day one.
He starts shaking him and throwing him around.
Later on, when that kid gets slapped in the face by the
mom bopped him.
She said in an interview she really did have to hit him, like really hit him, and he actually had to go to the dentist.
Yeah, she bopped him.
The tooth pain that she caused.
She hit him hard.
Yeah, she whapped him good.
That was a full hand slap.
Yeah, it was no joke.
I think she had some of the bone from her palm. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she hit him like good.
You know when you get slapped and you're like, oh, like you kind of rub your cheek? Like,
yeah. She really cracked him good.
I love that slap. I want to watch this movie again.
Yeah, I feel like watching it again after this. The director said in an interview during the Tokyo International Film Festival that he doesn't really plan on making a sequel, which I don't know if you could make a sequel to this, if it would be any good. I mean, I don't think you really would be able to do that. But he said that if they could do a sequel, he wouldn't be opposed to it. He just would prefer to it to be the budget as it was for this one. Because that way there's more creative control for him. So he feels like most people feel when the bigger the budget, the less control that you actually have.
It'd be interesting to see so this director, right, this is a success. And then they say, we want you to make another one with a much larger budget. They could still keep the budget low.
Yeah, they could do
on the production, but it's just bigger budgeted.
You mean like 100,000 as opposed to 25?
It's like 75,000.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, a lot more, yeah.
You spend more of that on water.
Triple the budget. Or double the budget. Triple the budget. So $75,000. But that'd be interesting how they know they're coming back, not for an organic way. So they're trying to topple that. Like, we don't need to make one. We already made a great one, but now we need to do it. That could be funny to say, why are we doing this? And have them overcome it.
Almost like to have the One Cut of the Dead already existing in the universe of the remake of the One Cut of the Dead. Be like, why are we making this movie again?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I'd watch that.
I mean, it'd just be fun to kind of see them with a bigger budget. And you like this crew. But I don't know. The thing is, when something like this happens, I feel like it's very organic. Paranormal Activity or just a very low budget little horror films.
low budget. It hits and misses. A lot of times it misses because the filmmakers just don't know what, and they just throw in a couple of shots here, a couple of shots there, and then pad it with something loud. Good example, that would be the Slender Man.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, they had a lot of good stuff going behind that. They had Doug Jones and playing the Slender Man. You had the people who originally wrote the Marble Hornets. Totally terrible movie.
Bad.
Wow, was it ever terrible.
This could be interesting. You know how Evil Dead 2 is essentially a reboot, Cole?
Oh, no, it's a totally remake.
Yeah, you could have, they just did it with a bigger budget. They didn't have to film in an actual cabin. Yeah. They used sound stages for Evil Dead 2. That'd be funny to see them handle more budget. Does that make, they still had a lot of freedom, Sam Raimi, for Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. If they could have a bigger budget for this movie, I think they could probably do a pretty cooler version, maybe like more like cooler special effects, but that, yeah.
Not make an hour and a half one cut.
No, that'd be terrible.
Make a 37-minute, but with a larger budget.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing if they do an American remake, but
I don't want them to, man.
I wouldn't want to either, but I did read that was a possibility. And I think the director I saw on IMDb, take it as you may, they said One Cut of the Dead comes to Hollywood. The director was behind that.
I mean, that'd be funny.
Don't know how that would work, but who knows? But this movie is very well received by audiences as well. Right now it stands at 7.7 on IMDb, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's with 72 reviewers.
That's respectable, though.
That's pretty hard to beat.
I have a hard time promoting when it's like, oh, this movie has a 98% from 12 critics.
Yeah.
72
people saying that they're all 100%.
Yeah.
85 meta, 83 with the audience.
85 meta.
Yeah.
That's good.
And this is a great film.
Yeah.
To go all around.
And I guess when I think about remakes, I really like the Fright Night remake. We've covered that on the podcast. Because
I have to watch that again. I don't know, man.
They moved to Vegas, and you have that population who's up at night. You have a big commuter population. You have a housing thing that wasn't really doing well during the time because of the housing crash. So you had people coming and going and mortgages. So that you were able to make sense of that a little bit because Vegas is never sleeps. So it makes sense.
I've shot there.
It makes sense. Oh yeah, American
Ninja Warrior was there for like 2.5 weeks. Oof.
It makes sense to put it there. Or other remakes like the new Child's Play.
I didn't see that.
So I'm not giving anything away. Can I tell you who Chucky is in this one? They tell you in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So in the first 3 minutes, it's an AI doll. It's like an Alexa, but a doll, and you could use it for everything. And what happens is this guy in India, I believe, or Vietnam, is overworked. So he plugs in this code that's really messed up that takes off the safety procedures, and then that doll gets shipped. So then it's like an AI type thing, not a possessed doll.
This person purposely makes a killer doll.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
But I like it because they weren't just going, oh, another possessed doll. And when you watch it, it works. Like, I was really skeptical about it until John Levengood, the Movies, Films, and Flicks writer and co-host, mentioned it. But it doesn't... I like how it does a little something different. Like, it's not...
I applaud that fact that it is different. It's the same thing I feel about a lot of movies that, like...
That's stupid.
Well, it is. It's a stupid idea.
I love it.
It's different. I'll give it that. But it's like, I just think that's really dumb. I just don't think they should have remade Child's Play. I think they should have just left it as a TV series.
There's some gnarly kills in it.
I'm fun. Sure, yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. I would hope so. I want to see it eventually, but I'll get around to it.
I think you might like it. Or you'll call it stupid.
Probably.
Throw it out the window.
I didn't like the last like 3 Child's Play.
Oh
movies.
goodness.
I didn't like Seed of Chucky. I didn't like Cult of Chucky. I was almost
Cheese of Chucky.
Chuck Finley of Chucky.
Whoa.
See?
Bride of Chuck Finley, Chucky.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell doing the voice. Bruce Campbell voicing. Whoa. I could see Bruce Campbell directing something like this.
Chuck Finley of Chuck.
Because he's always trying to make these gaggy movies. Like, My Name is Bruce.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah,
that
and so he's trying to make these gaggy type flicks.
Was it the man with the killer brain or something
that
like
one.
that? The man whose brain ate himself or something?
I love his autobiographies, too.
Oh, yeah.
No, any final thoughts, though, about this movie? I know there's more to cover, but anything else that you really want to talk about on this?
I liked how it was originally a stage play, Ghost in the Box, as we already discussed. And the original title of this was Don't Stop the Camera, which I'm glad they changed.
Action!
Yeah. It's beautiful how every one of these people that were involved in this were all unknowns, except for, like I said, the cinematographer is probably the one is arguably the one who's done the most. The producer did a lot as well, but all of these people involved were all part of this EBNU seminar. And they just wanted to make a movie, and then they were just going to use this as grounds of, look, we can make this movie.
I would hire them.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they could obviously do more movies. I love how the director has been popping up like randomly. Like I said, they caught him during that interview that you can read online with the Hollywood Reporter, was when he was going to see the premiere of A Star is Born. It's just like, it's so funny.
Screw A Star is Born. Let's talk to him.
That's exactly what it was. They were just like, hey, that's the guy that did One Cut of the Dead. Yeah. The director has the best personality, I would say, out of all of them. I've watched a few of the interviews. The director is very open about talking about this movie.
Right.
So he's really cool. He encourages more people to talk about the movie, obviously. And he's like, he thought that the movie would be a minor hit. He had no plans on it actually being a big success. As we discussed, the original target was 5,000 tickets. They already made that. And he was like, well, it'd be cool if we do 10,000. Then did 2 million. He's like, well, okay. He said that he thought that the movie had taken off after he was walking down the street and he saw someone wearing a shirt that said "One Cut of the Dead."
Nice.
And he was like, "Hey, thanks. That's my movie." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, really?"
And then they had the big screen in Italy.
Yeah.
That they got a 5-minute standing ovation for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sort of so cool.
This is the little movie that could. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, any all right, so we got that. Any Chris Kelly recommendations for us before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just have one recommendation. I don't know if I could really recommend anything that's similar to this, but then again, like I said before, my recommendations are more like a complimentary to this film. The only thing I could really come up with was Diary of the Dead that came out in 2007, the George Romero film, which was a zombie apocalypse happens. Camera crew is recording all this. They're all student filmmakers. It happens while they're recording. I forget the name of the movie, but it starts out with what looks like a mummy movie, and then the zombie apocalypse happens. So the zombie apocalypse happens while these student filmmakers are filming their movie. The footage that's used is supposed to be made of a movie that's from the guy's girlfriend. She refers to it as the death of death. And she adds effects to it. So it's very much like you're watching a movie. It's pretty cool. I've always enjoyed this film. I've seen it many, many, many times. It was the very first of George Romero's DVD release, straight to DVD films. During
Survival of the Dead. Survival of the Action.
Yeah, it was the Diary of the Dead was the original start of George Romero's version of Night of the Living Dead TV series. He abandoned that, though, to make this movie, and then I guess Survival of the Dead, and then he died. But that's the only movie I could recommend that goes along with One Cut of the Dead.
So we talked about all the Romero. We did an overall Romero pod, probably in our first 50 episodes. And I don't know if you listened to it, but
it's been a minute since I listened to it.
When I was talking about Diary of the Dead, the one I like it, and I had a great time watching it. I think I watched it in Korea. But when I was watching it, I noticed the narrator, her narration's just...
Yeah,
so
very...
You're in the zombie movie, and there's where this life is gone, and there's a zombie. I don't know where we are. And we're going to do this thing here. I'm eating a cake, palm. What is this world becoming to us? Oh, I don't know what's happening. There's zombies, and there's... Oh, man, I need soft water, palm. It's just, I'm just going on to these things, and it's just going to happen. But other than that, I really like it.
She's very flat.
Yeah.
I'll say that. The acting is overacted, but then again, that's how it was.
But I like the idea of it. It
was a great idea. And it was kind of how George Romero wanted to take the Living Dead series, which was the zombie apocalypse happens, and he wanted to do them, I believe it was every 10 years. And then he wanted to have a new approach to it. So you have 1968, the zombie apocalypse happens. Then 1978 would have been the zombie apocalypse happens. So it was like how we've changed so much in 10 years, and then doing the same exact storyline to reflect upon that. So that was the start of it. And then
I'm happy that George Romero got the work to make Survival of the Dead. I just wish it didn't exist.
I mean, that movie was just terrible.
Bad.
I really didn't enjoy it at all.
It's not a movie.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes that don't go together. I mean, I remember when I saw it, I saw it streaming and I watched it and I couldn't focus with it. I just couldn't get it. It was like, okay, so now it's like his daughter has her permanently riding on horseback. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't get it. I didn't really understand that. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just my mindset, but I didn't like it at all. Then it's like the Hatfields and McCoys type of situation.
Palm.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm happy.
Action!
I'm happy you got the work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But no, dude, I'm so happy you suggested to me. This really is my favorite movie of 2019.
It's great. And then also, if anybody wants to watch this movie, it is streaming on Shudder, and you can also rent it at Videodrome.
Videodrome.
My boys at Videodrome, man, they're great.
Guys.
They're cool, man. I always go in there. They're always like, "Hey, what's up?"
Nice.
They're nice.
So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Chris Mad Dog Kelly, we're Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll palm you next week.